Shelly, that shit will burn. Why can't you just take the fucking bullet out? Shelly says, you've lost a lot of blood already, Romello. I gotta numb the pain and stop the bleeding. You can't walk around with that bullet in your stomach. Romello says, you ain't got no drugs or anything. That shit hurt worse than when I got shot in the army. Shelly says, look, I can feel the bullet. Hold your breath, I got it. Shelly removes the bullet and tosses it on the table. Romello says, give me some more alcohol and stitch me up. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly says, I still think you need to go to the hospital, Melo. You've lost a lot of blood. Romello says, come on, Shelly. How long have you known me? This ain't shit but a love tap. I got one question, Shelly. Why did you save me instead of your husband? Bailey was still breathing when you came into the hotel. Shelly says, honestly, Bailey and I feel out of love with each other a long time ago. After we got married, I start having kids. I decided to never pick up a gun again. Bailey couldn't let that life go, so he decided to join the same police force as the chief. They both were doing illegal shit and couldn't let their past go. When the chief told me that Bailey had gotten Rachel pregnant, I knew he wasn't lying. I felt it in my heart that Bailey was doing something. Men have symptoms as well when they get a woman pregnant. He started eating and sleeping more often. Some nights he didn't come home. I also seen a few text messages. I never said one word to him about it. I decided to live for my kids. So I decided to let Bailey suffer. He begged and pleaded for me to save him, but my heart turned cold. I hope he died in that hotel room. So now you owe me favor, Romello. Never forget that. Romello says, owe you a favor? I don't like owing people favors. Shelly walks up to Romello and gives him a kiss. Once you get healed, I'll let you know what I want. Now get some rest, Romello. Shelly walks out the room and Romello is left speechless. Almost 2 weeks have passed and I've been hiding out. My face is all over the news and it seems like I'm the world's most wanted. I was wanted for first-degree intentional homicide. I got a feeling that the chief did that on purpose to shorten the playing field. What the chief doesn't realize is that I'm going to kill him without anybody seeing me. I've been studying new technology and I've learned to create electronic devices to murder people instead of using a gun. I've changed my identity and lost a lot of weight. After finding out that Bailey was dead, I knew a war was coming. I've prepared myself for this moment and I had few tricks up my sleeve. I'm assuming that Romello is dead since the police haven't reported his death on the news. I know for a fact that Romello would have called me if he were still alive. This only made me want to kill the chief even more. I felt obligated to avenge Romello's death. Today was the day that Bailey's funeral would be live on TV. I decided to strike first and make a make on the chief. The entire police force was in attendance and I wanted to make a statement. I placed a bomb under the altar and when the chief came up to speak, I planned on blowing him up to pieces. A week ago I read in the paper that Bailey's wife chooses this church to host the funeral. I decided to break in and set up the bomb the day before the funeral. All I had to do was dial the number 3,035,671,234 and the bomb would go off in 10 seconds. The chief walked up to give his respects. I loved this man like a son. Ever since he joined the army, I always knew that he was special. I pulled out my phone and began to dial the number. Before I hit the send button, I received a call from a private hash. I answered the phone and said, hello. Who is this? The voice says, don't press that button. The chief is already taken care of. I say, what the fuck are you talking about? The voice says, check your TV. I hang up the phone and suddenly the chief begins choking. He falls to the ground and his body goes into a seizure. Who the hell was that on the phone? How did they get my number? How did they know I had a bomb in the church? And most importantly, who was able to kill the